We all realize that when we're operating a car, there's one thing that's often been said: oil and water do not mix. Anytime you have water come into the oil, it ruins an engine. It creates a problem in many ways, and it's something that's serious and it has to be dealt with. Well, John, in writing here for us in 1 John verses 8 and 9, he says to us, if we say we have no sin, we are deceiving ourselves and the truth is not in us. He's saying that doesn't mix. We can't say that we don't have sin in our life. But then you may be thinking, well, if I have sin in my life and I can't say that I have no sin in my life, then what do I do? What do I do with the sin? Well, he goes on, he says, if we confess our sins, if we admit that we have them, if we admit that we are sinners, if we admit that we cannot do anything about our sin in our own human efforts. That's what he's talking about when he says confessing them, identifying them, letting us and God know what our sin is. He says He is God. He is faithful and righteous to forgive us our sins. But more than that, more than just forgive us, to cleanse us from all unrighteousness. You know, when you have a leak, water leak in your house or something, you don't just stop the leak. You clean up the leak. You clean up all the damage that the water maybe has caused, or if the leak is some other fluid, maybe it started to stain things, you repair that damage. Well, that's what John is saying here. First off, he says we have to be honest with ourselves and admit that we are sinners. Because if we sit there and we go and try to fool ourselves into thinking we have no sin, he says that doesn't work. But when we confess our sins, when we admit that we are sinners, not only does Christ forgive us our sins, but he goes beyond that and he cleanses us from the damage. He heals us. He restores us to like new condition. I trust that you will do an examination of your heart and faithfully admit that you are a sinner and receive his forgiveness. Till next time, I'm Ray Verhoulet.